Good morning, afternoon, or evening. My name is Cute Quit, here joined by Gavin, Jojo, and Juju. And welcome back to the Non-Essential Podcast. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Assaulted.
Hi.
I've missed you,
I missed
Nobody
you too.
all
misses
of
me.
you,
Stop lying.
individually.
Yeah, okay, so
I
freaking
miss drinking.
Q is having such issues right before the podcast started.
Yeah.
His headphones was it your headset broke?
It's my headphones. They do have a microphone, but I took it off. I can snap it on and off, you know?
Yeah, so my
So-
man's is over here like at 5:55 telling
Same
me
face.
like, hey, this shit's broke. I ain't got no sound.
No. We were supposed to start at 8, and I told you at 7:50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
So
came
you told
into
me
the
like
call.
10 minutes before, so we're like 30 minutes late, but that's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
and not
because
only
I
that,
came
but
into
we
the
had
call and
a
it's like, yeah.
we had a full call of the Floridians decided to join.
Yeah,
and
all the
pizza,
freaking
and then they decided to tell their life
Well,
story.
not all the
within past
Floridians,
month.
just 2 of them.
3 of them.
So
Because
like
Waffle
a
wasn't
lot of
there.
them.
Yeah,
Waffle
too
was
many.
there.
Waffle was there?
Waffle,
it was-
Waffle tried to play with
We
us,
ditched him.
and then I messaged Juju like, "Hey Juju, do you want to play with us?" And when she said yes, I was like, "All right, bye, Waffle."
Honestly, most base decision we made today.
Honestly, so true.
Yeah,
Fuck that guy, Waffle.
No. So Juju and me were playing the other day just to get to know each other before the podcast, and Waffle hops in call, which is the last thing I want.
Oh yeah.
Because he's such an asshole on purpose. He does it because he likes pushing people's buttons even more than I
He likes
do.
attention.
He was like how I was like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
a year ago,
he
even.
likes being he likes being mean.
Being an ass dick, bro.
An ass dick, as I say. He likes being an ass dick.
To
Specifically
his
to get stuff out of people.
in his defense, he helped me in Elden Ring.
Sure, yeah.
What do you mean, sure? He's the reason why I beat at least 50% of the bosses.
Ooh.
Damn.
I thought that was
Get
Horse and
good.
Frog.
I did. I have 100% of the game. Where's your progress?
I'm at like 12%, I think.
Exactly.
I don't know if there's an actual percentage, is there?
Fucking have you beaten? You've beaten 1 or 2 main story bosses.
I've beaten 2. No, I've beaten 1 necessary story boss, and then
Yeah.
1 wolf boy, 1 Naruto looking.
You're at the very beginning.
Wait,
Yeah.
you fought
You just say
Red
you
Wolf of
fought
Radagon?
Naruto?
Yeah,
Naruto
when
dog.
Naruto
Radagon's
dog.
wolf.
Oh.
His
You
name
fought Red
sounds
Wolf
like
of Radagon.
yeah, his name sounds like Renegon, and he looked like Nine Tails with only 1 tail. Yeah.
A Nine Tails with 1 tail. That's called.
Also,
I was just like imagining you like fighting Naruto as he's like fucking like ninja running or anime running.
they need to mod that. I need that.
I need that now. I didn't know I needed it, but now I know.
Also, I'm gonna interrupt for 1 second. B-Dub, this is the second week in a row you've asked us to cover that. We said no
What
last
did he
week.
say?
So I wrote
I'm
an
not paying
article
attention.
about how the
Fucking
Mona
Mona
Lisa got caked at the
Oh.
Louvre, and you will only get that in article form. There will be no video. There will be no podcast talk. Read the article, B-Dub.
Yeah, because we hate you, B-dubs.
We don't hate him. Jojo likes him. I strongly dislike him. You hate him.
Is not the word I would use. Okay.
Jojo loves him.
Tolerate?
Love.
See,
It's funny because he's a minor.
He'll talk to me about games, and I fuck with that. Like, he messaged me about Resident Evil 4, but that's off topic.
But then he doesn't shut the fuck up when he asks a question.
He asked a couple to me. Okay, this isn't a referendum on my audience. All right, Juju, how are you doing?
I think it should be.
No, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
All right, so explain to the ones who aren't aware of who you are. Explain, what are you all about? Who is Juju Crusader?
I'm a goblin that lives in a cave that's closed off by the government, and no, I'm sorry. No, I'm a streamer.
That was the most based intro I've ever heard on this podcast.
No one else has came up with something that interesting.
Yeah, all of Pizza, he was kind of cringe. Honestly, he was just a guy.
I need actual lore. Come back
Yeah,
next
Yes.
I need
No,
Juju lore.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm a streamer. We met through Twitch. You rated my stream, you know this. But I'm a 23-year-old streamer. I've been streaming for
Wow, dox yourself, why don't you?
dude. I've been streaming for
It's an
I've been
age.
streaming for almost 6 years. All on
Damn.
Twitch. I've been playing. I've been on the online stratosphere for too long, as all of
Facts.
you have been. I've been playing games since I was 3, so fucking fuck my life up, bud. You know.
Okay, what were you playing at 3 years old? That's the
Oh,
question.
uh,
Mario Kart.
no. I was playing one of the Kirby games. I don't remember the full name, but it was on the Nintendo 64.
Nightmare and Dream World. That's my favorite Kirby game.
I think it was something Mirrors. I think. Don't quote me. I don't
Thousand Year
remember.
Door.
I was 3.
No, Thousand
Yeah,
Year
see,
Door.
no.
Is that a Zelda game?
No, that is not. I know for a fact that ain't no Zelda game.
I also played. I did play Zelda though. I played
No,
Wind
Paper
Waker.
Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, I think the one game that I really got into when I was a kid was Wind Waker. Do you guys remember that game?
I never played
God,
Wind Waker.
I haven't played it, but
That's
yes, I do know.
that's the ocean one, right?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I zoned out. Is this a Zelda or Kirby game?
Zelda.
This is Zelda. It's
Yeah, I've never played Zelda.
yeah, that's okay.
You haven't played Breath of the Wild either?
No.
No, he's not.
You know what's
Oh, that's a
funny?
great game.
I haven't really played Breath of the Wild either.
I
have
don't
not
like
as
Nintendo. I fucking hate Nintendo as a company. I fucking hate what they do with their fans and how they disrespect them.
Okay,
sucks.
that is definitely a valid opinion to have. However, Pokemon Ruby slapped when I was.
Okay,
in
look,
seventh
Pokemon
grade.
is the only exception I've made. Okay.
Okay, well,
me
yeah. Do you? Okay, y'all remember?
Nintenshit says
um,
Ada.
True.
Y'all remember that? Okay, so when a professional esports player died, I don't know who it was, but a professional esports player died, and in memoriam of him, some people made like a freaking sleeves for Joy-Cons for like after him,
Like
and they
Joy
were
Boys?
like, "Yo, all of the proceeds from these will be given away to something or another," and Nintendo saw the shit and was like, "Yo, we're gonna have to file a cease and desist against your ass, my boy."
Wait, was it
Dude.
Etika? Was it Etika?
No, I don't think it was Etika.
I don't know.
He said
I-
esports player. I don't think Etika was
Some
esports, but
some player like died and they made this thing.
I know
I
Etika
don't know
did pass
everything
away.
about it. I know very little about this. But,
Dude, Nintendo said you are giving the money away.
Yeah,
to
no,
us.
it was Etika. So that makes it even worse because Etika
Dude,
committed
I
suicide, and
fucking
you're saying
loved Etika, and I'm
they
getting hurt.
yeah, it was probably given away to like suicide prevention shit. That's what I would figure
yeah.
at least.
So it was Etika. It looks like Etika Joy-Cons were sent cease and desist over,
Mm-hmm.
which is cringe and unbased.
And
I
like
would
every
say.
Pokemon fan game that was on the market for a while, they were all like free games. Was taken down, and like it's very risky nowadays to like stream or put on YouTube any of like videos of that shit.
Well, yeah, because you can get yeeted for the music in it. Sometimes there's, I mean, okay.
No, these were like fan made games that had original.
Oh, you mean
sound.
like the modded ones?
Yeah, well,
Like
yes,
modding.
technically.
Yeah, so like where you mod like
Yeah,
one I can think of off the top of my head was like Ultraviolet is like a mod of
Ultraviolet, yes.
a mod of one of the older games. I don't know, dude. Freaking companies just suck ass when it comes to managing their IPs in general. Do y'all remember there was a kid who don't remember how old they were. Freaking
kid?
died, right? A very young age. Really loved Spider-Man, and so the parents wanted to put
I know what you're
Spider-Man.
talking about,
Yeah,
That's
they wanted to
cool.
Oh
put.
wait, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on his gravestone. They wanted to put Spider-Man on his gravestone.
Oh
And
yeah, no, it was
Disney's like,
Gravestone, it was a Gravestone.
no, cope and seethe, and they literally just like shut it down.
Dude, that's like so sad though. Like, can you just imagine like the kid's like last wish is like, "Oh, I want Spider-Man on my grave," and they're just like, "Okay, sick kid, fuck you."
Yeah,
Just
they're
hear-
like,
So sad.
silly
hear 'em-
little dead
you-
boy.
This is
Silly
like a
little
this
dead
is
boy.
like a fucked up joke
Oh,
where you
that's
just
so
hear
my
J.
God.
Jonah Jameson in the back. I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said silly little dead boy, kind of sound like a JoJo villain.
Shut up.
Dude,
That anime is so bad.
JoJo's Mid-Adventure.
It's so gay.
No, it is not.
I'll-
No.
Look, I've
It's
sat
not
down and
great.
watched some with JoJo. It's something that I
Some?
can I've watched a little bit.
Okay,
Some
randomly.
you
No,
hear the
randomly.
keyboard
He
there,
watched.
some.
Random episodes.
So he watched the best.
Random.
He watched the best. So the way it works is that So you have multiple parts, and if you don't know JoJo's, the whole premise is that each part is a different person of the same family line, who has some type of name that can be nicknamed as JoJo. So, and all their last names is Joestar.
I don't know, man. Personally, I want my name to be Steve. Like,
No, but here's the thing. So the first two parts, the first part is really small. It like leads into everything. Second part, and first part are both like follow a story. It's very very serialized, and then the third part is as well. But then they get to the fourth part with Josuke, who we'll get into his voice actor as well while we're here. But the fourth part is literally like a episodic type thing where there's like a villain of the week type of situation. So that's the one
Of the
Gavin got to
week?
watch. Yeah, no, so no, so
It's
no,
like
no,
the
you know, like
alphabet letter of the week from Sesame Street. Who's the killer this time?
no, you know how like some shows they don't give a shit about like having a serialized
Fake,
story. So like
Yeah, they don't
Gumball.
have a continuity or anything.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just episodic. Yeah.
So there is a continuity, but they cared less about it until like it was by arc at most. So that's what Gavin got to watch. He got to watch the great shit, just like the random ass
I
villains and
saw
stuff.
a rat shooting a tank or
So
whatever.
that's like the problem though. If you have no context for watching like the great shit, you're not gonna appreciate it though. Because like there's so much build up to that, you know? You need a lot of context.
Jojo would try talking me into watching it, and I always refused.
Well,
I
see,
like-
that's the thing. I'm not gonna force
I'll-
anyone to.
I'll
As-
make
Oh,
a
I've-
deal with him.
I forced my little brother. I forced my little brother. I forced my
He's a little guy. He's just a little boy.
the
You
little
see?
brother, the little cheeks. No, I forced my brother to watch it, and I was like, you have to get through the full first season, and then you'll start really enjoying it. And he fucking hated the show. Let me tell you, he hated that first season with a burning passion. But once he got through it and started the second season, like not the second part, but the second season, he was like, holy poop on toast. This is the best thing in the world. And I was like, yeah.
So what I'm hearing is after I get past the first season,
and that's the thing though. The
after I
first
dip
season
my
is
toes in the
season.
water,
The first season is like 7 episodes, I think. Very short.
if it's like that, I will sit down and watch it. If I was able to withstand My Hero for 2 seasons, I can withstand 7
I
minutes.
think My Hero. I really like My Hero.
Okay,
I tried so hard to understand the characters in that show. I tried everything. The only good part of that show is the female cast.
I think the only anime that I've ever come back to after like starting it and not finishing it is AOT.
What was it?
AOT.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will not say AOT is peak because it's starting to piss me off with how many fucking parts is in the season,
Because
in the final season.
I finally
but-
figured out why I didn't understand it the first time I watched it. I watched episode 1 of season 2, not episode 1 of season 1.
Goofy.
And there's so much that you lose.
Goober. Yeah, no, dude, that's honestly a good way to F everything up, especially in terms of like how hard hitting the first fight is, the first actual fight in the show, season 1.
Final ending for
Episode
real.
5.
Final ending finale.
Dude,
Sorry,
for real.
Do they
They're
know
like,
what the
final
word
ending,
end means?
final
Do they know
ending.
what the word
We're-
final means?
I think
Like,
it's probably a mistranslation from Japanese.
We're
I
gonna
think
get
there's-
at least 12 parts of season 4 before it fucking ends, and then
It's
we're
just
gonna have
lost in
and then we're
translation.
gonna have 3 movies, 3 backup spin-off series, and then they're gonna give us the final episode.
My heart's being played with. I keep thinking it's gonna end.
well, no,
and then
there's
it
there's
keeps
already
going.
an
Well,
AOT spinoff.
so without spoiling it at all, because me and JoJo have read the manga.
Oh
something-
no!
There's something me and JoJo know what was gonna happen. Every episode within part 2, we're like, this. is the
We're
episode's
waiting
gonna
for it, and then they're just like, nope.
Never happens.
happen. And then they said, hey, part 3 coming next year. Sit back, relax, and hate yourself.
Yeah,
You're like, well,
it's-
one of
it's
those
annoying.
parts I'm already doing beforehand, but okay.
It's like, I guess I'll do it
I
more.
think the like the developers of the actual anime, not the manga, have realized how much of a cash cow it can be.
Well, no,
and they're
not that.
just trying to get it.
I don't blame it because I know Mappa or whatever that studio picked up the animation, and they have a fuck ton on their plate right now. They have
Well,
Jujutsu
didn't they-
Kaisen, they have
didn't they
Chainsaw
pick it
Man, they
up
have a lot
after-
more. and
I thought they
have
picked it up
AOT.
after season 2. Is when
No.
they picked it up.
They picked it up season 4.
Hmm.
No, okay, the animation from season 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 Or no,
Completely
even no.
And 5 and
1
6.
and 2, 3
7
and
and 8.
4. All three of those sections. So the first 2 seasons look very similar. The third one is completely freaking weird looking, but it still is familiar enough. The 4th season, I was like, who the hell are these characters?
It's like I don't mind the animation in this season 4. It's just a huge change
Well,
from
here's the
all
thing.
the
I've not
and
looked
like
at any of the manga from the first 3 that would cover the first 3 seasons.
Well,
But
between
the 4th
season 2
manga,
and
it
3,
looks like it. That the animation looks like it does in the manga. So did he
Yeah.
change the art style, or did it always look that way? Like
for
yeah.
again, a different studio picked up season 4. So the reason why
But
no one
season
wanted
4
to
looks like
animate,
the manga.
well, first off,
That's what I'm saying.
so Mappa does a lot of their animation to make it look like the
Did
manga.
you just
I'm
say
pretty sure.
Appa?
I said Mappa at first on accident. I have a I
Yep.
can't pronounce me no word.
Yip, yip.
I
So,
think you said Appa. My brain was like, literally like, yip, yip.
but I think they base their animation a lot off based of what the manga looks like. Maybe I
Mm.
could be very wrong, but I think that's what they do
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
it does look like it. I haven't
And
looked at the
They
original manga. So.
it was just a huge change. It was like, who's Aaron, who's Mikasa, and who's who? Because Mikasa has shorter hair, so she low key looks like Aaron with short, like in the flashbacks. So it's like, who's who? Why do they like each other? Why are they clones? I didn't know I was watching Naruto.
So true.
I
I didn't watch. I didn't know I was watching One Piece, where Yumi gets bigger cups every
Dude.
season.
One Piece is the one show that I will not sit down and watch. That is too fucking long. It is. My favorite type of anime is maybe 4 season max.
I feel like One Piece is
like
just doesn't have like a
Okay.
really good payoff though.
I've heard it's reaching its final arc. I'm not sure if it's true.
After
Okay.
1,000
Because
episodes,
the anime, the manga has been over. I thought.
I
it
don't even
has,
know
yeah.
if the. Okay, so I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
But,
so I learned that from Kyle with the capital K in the Discord. He said that the manga's
Like-
been over, but the show is starting to end.
Like I was about to get into Bleach, and then I realized how long it was, and then I just heard that they were hitting their final arc in the anime, and I'm like, I don't know if I can sit down and watch all that. It was a miracle that I even made it as far as I did in Naruto, and then I just said, fuck it, I'm reading the manga because I'm sick of these fillers.
oh yeah, like that's the biggest problem with like those like all the big names is like they just milk it, and it's just so unenjoyable to watch. Like I can't sit there and watch like 8 fillers in a row and feel like I like spent my time wisely with this. It's
Are we
just like
talking about Boruto yet? Like, Jesus Christ.
Hold on. So,
no, that is not what we mentioned.
Boruto
here.
is so fucking horrible. There's only 2 good fights in that show.
There are literally only like 20 episodes
Also,
that are not filler.
I want to cut in what FaZe says. I feel personally attacked, but it's so true. He said, what I said about One Piece, he says that until a big titty goth girl is saying she is watching it with Gavin. Yeah, if a female said she would watch an anime with me, I'd sit down and watch it. It's the only way I'd watch One Piece.
You want to watch One Piece?
No. I know you're joking. Person would have to be committed.
I know.
Also, Rain adds
to the
in,
bit.
have y'all ever do laundry and wash your wallet because it's dirty? No, I'm pretty sure if I washed my
Every
wallet,
day.
that shit would fall apart. It was a gift for graduating high school, and it is so beat up. It is like 5 years old.
Dudes have the
it would
same
actually
wallet.
fall apart.
Dude, your wallet's fighting demons right now.
It is fighting demon. It used to have my name on it. It used to
Punching
say
air.
it used to say my name written on the side. It's gone. That shit eroded away like 3 years ago.
Yeah, the anime like I'll watch are like ones with 4 seasons max. My favorite one right now is Spy Family. That has really hooked me.
Have you
out
seen?
of all,
I haven't seen today's episode, but it's good.
I haven't seen today's either.
let's say Spy Family,
Like,
Rise and a
that's me.
Shield Hero, Darling in the Franxx, and I'm trying to think of another. Jujutsu Kaisen of right now are like my top 4 at the moment.
Have you seen
And Demon Slayer.
oh god, what is it called now? Have you seen Ranking of Kings?
I have not.
Ooh, okay. You should watch some Ranking of Kings.
I will add that to my list of mini anime that I already have because I have Berserk that I want to watch. I think Guts is, or I don't know if Guts is a character or an actual.
I'll watch Berserk with you. If you
I want to
do
watch
that.
Berserk.
I really have been interested in seeing it.
There's a lot of other stuff that I need to actually sit down and watch. I want to find more horror anime, dude.
What was the one about the guy who I think Doctor Stone, is that the one?
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
what the
I
whole?
like
Oh.
Doctor Stone.
I'm like
I've been
somewhat
recommended
interested.
that one a lot.
It's good. It's good.
I'd sit down and watch it.
I heard it falls off. Does it fall off or no?
I
no idea.
am not caught up on the later episodes, but like first two seasons are pretty good.
Mm.
I
But,
really like the show.
Beat up Cowboy Bebop. I started, and then
Cowboy
I
Bebop
I
is
feel like
crazy.
I could watch that. I watched
I
like one
picked
episode.
up.
I was
I
like,
literally
maybe.
picked up a different anime the next day, and then I'm like, I'll get back to Cowboy Bebop because the first episode hooked me, and then I never got back to it.
I've
So,
watched
something
the
like that.
first few episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and then I watched the Netflix like live action
The live.
series, and
Okay,
I
I
thought
heard.
it was okay.
So I
I
heard
liked it.
the live action actually follows the manga or some shit. Like it's
Yeah, I think
actually
it
more.
does.
It's actually more accurate to the original source
I'm
material.
not aware. I think it. I just like it. I think it's good.
Any anime that has a live action is like, it makes me question reality.
I can't
it's like
watch
a-
it.
There's Assassination Classroom. That one has a live action. I couldn't even finish Assassination Classroom. I got like, I think maybe
Well, yeah,
halfway through the first season.
because Assassination Classroom is
it's
like
a
C
long
tier
anime,
at
isn't it?
best.
It's a decent one too.
I
Seasons
watched
are like
the
at
first
least 30
episode. I
episodes.
don't even think I watched the first episode. That shit was so stupid. It's
I
such a stupid
I
concept.
fell asleep.
Dizzy
I fell
recommended it
asleep
to me
halfway
about like a
through the
year
first
ago,
episode.
and so I actually sat down and watched. And and I was actually interested in it for a while, and I just
Judging by
lost that spark.
Dizzy's tastes in video games and men, I don't think you should be taking her advice in anime either.
I'm literally
Oh,
her
shit.
type.
She's literally a League player.
Other
Not
than
a
you.
league player.
I was gonna say, dude,
Oh no.
she's in a way she's kind of dating a taller me with a bigger maybe like a slight.
Watch your language. We're on Twitch.
I said nose. I mean
Okay.
penis too, you know.
Cock
Nah,
and
dude,
ball and
I
also
fucking
dick.
I love Trav, dude. He's a chill dude.
Yeah,
I need to hop. I need to hop in call with him more.
Sometimes because he's one of the only people in the group who knows any programming. Sometimes
League
I'm
player,
like, look at this
but-
shit I just built, and he's like, "Damn, bro, how'd you build that?" And I say Python, and he's like, "Damn, bro, I don't know Python."
Rain, if you don't like League, then you're not gonna like JoJo. JoJo, you wanna
This
describe
is
what you've been
fake
doing the past?
news, mainstream media,
Uh-huh.
CNN looking ass.
You just say if you don't like League, you won't like JoJo.
JoJo did nothing but play League for like a month straight.
Hey man, it's called
not
depression,
too
and it
bad.
happens.
He's still playing League. He just
at
plays
this point, I wouldn't
League.
even be surprised if he's playing it right now.
League is like meth, okay? Like once you
Dude,
start,
you play
hold
League?
up, hold up. No,
You
this
need
is
to have like
as-
6
all right,
interventions
as
and
a-
then
As a
maybe
former
drop
League
it.
player,
for
I'm
my-
fine.
okay. Slow down, Juju. As a meth advocate, I do not like you comparing meth to.
All right, listen. As someone who has played League and is now stopped, I'm as much shit as that game
I
got.
made him stop.
I do enjoy it.
I yelled.
I do
yelled
enjoy
at him
it,
so
League.
much. I made him hate the game, so he want to play it.
No, but then I found out Mundo existed, and I had a great time.
League is
See,
worse.
I simped for Dizzy hard. And it's still,
You-
still
You
kind
know what's worse than
she-
League though?
nothing.
Dead by Daylight.
Facts. You know what? I can agree with this because I played this game for so long, and I finally was able to stop my addiction. Unlike JoJo, who can't stop his League
was
addiction.
never
I
into Dead by
finally
Daylight.
I forced JoJo to play with me.
I
think
was
you got an
forced.
addiction.
I hated
I
it.
think you got an addiction to Dead by Daylight, Gavin.
Because of Resident Evil.
because
Resident
no,
Evil
no,
was
I
added
thought
to the
it-
game, and I fucking love Resident Evil. So
I
I'm like,
100%
fucking
thought
love
it was
this.
because of Bumble.
No, I did. I played Dead by Daylight before Bumble even was around.
No, Bumble
I'm
didn't
the one
even
who
have a
got
computer. Yeah, she didn't have a computer to even play it.
I
He
made
bought
Bumble
it and
play
she
on her
couldn't play it.
shitty laptop
Yeah, it was
with like
fine.
5 FPS.
And then
Baller.
she got hooked once she got a real computer.
And then
now
it
she's
was
stuck
just-
there to this day.
No, she-
has not
no, she's
recovered.
No,
Has not recovered.
She hasn't played. She's more Valorant now.
Oh, okay, that's better
Even
at
worse.
least.
So
It's actual
So
skill.
what happened was Dead by Daylight had a crossover with Resident Evil. Resident Evil being one of my all-time favorite game series, and added my favorite character from the series into it. I'm like, I gotta get it. I gotta play this game. I've got it.
Leon Kennedy.
They also had Silent Hill, which
They
is my
did.
second favorite horror series, which is like a bingo bango. So I bought both those DLCs, and I'm like, okay, this is all the money I will spend. Little did I know, I was lying to myself. all the other packs came out. And I'm like, $5 more wouldn't it hurt? And then I had almost every DLC known to man.
How much
Yeah.
in total did you spend then?
Probably like a few hundred.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
I played Dead by Daylight since pretty much its release, and I actually stopped playing the game a little bit after the Resident Evil chapter came out because I got lost on the fucking map like all the time.
Demo, you don't have to say how much I spent on Fortnite. I'll tell them.
Oh, how much?
Almost 4K, probably somewhere around there.
Yo.
In total, like from the time it came out to now. I don't enjoy it, and I still spend money on that game. Don't know why.
So I'm crunching some numbers, right?
Because Master Chief's in the game now.
Literally, that's what was my response when he came out.
I just want Master Chief to dance on my body, just floss on my body.
Master Chief, can I ask what you are doing? Sir, cranking 90s.
No.
Sir, hitting the gritty.
Okay,
Yo.
so
I need
basically-
somebody to teach me how to hit the gritty. Because I
Oh.
think that'd be funny.
So Dead by Daylight is I'll never forget this. So I got PUBG came out in like 2018, and it was one of the games I bought new, like when it first came out, $40, right? And
Yeah.
it had a strong economy on Steam, so I could grind the game all week, and then sell the crates at the end of the week on the Steam market and make about like $10 to $15 a week. So.
Nice.
I was pulling in, stacks, paid off the game itself with how much I made, and then I also made a little extra, and I bought Dead by Daylight, and I was like, this will be fun, this will be goofy.
You know
Worst
what you
mistake
should
of my goddamn life.
Oh yeah, that's the worst mistake you've ever made in your life. You know, it's funny. I actually played PUBG when it first came out too, and somebody that I used to play with, he actually ended up getting one of the skirts, and he sold that thing for like $100 or something. It was amazing.
Damn, bro.
Jesus.
No, if you pre-ordered, you got that trench coat or whatever that was
Oh,
going for like
yeah.
$600.
Oh yeah, the SS trench coat.
Yeah.
See, Jojo, I'm gonna try to convince you to get this after you finish Elden Ring because Elden Ring's a masterpiece in its own.
Well, I don't think
Dark
he's ever going to beat
Souls-
Elden Ring.
He will eventually. Dark Souls
Yeah, I'm
3.
working on it. No, here's the dumbest shit, and I will probably never ever buy a Dark Souls game. Maybe I'll buy one in
buy it
person.
for you.
No, I'll buy it in person and then I'll torrent it, because here's the problem, right? They'd never go on sale ever. Okay, and it's not like they just never go on sale.
Damn,
They
you know
rub
what?
that
I
shit
got
in your
money
no,
though.
Listen, they rub that shit in your face. So whenever there's a summer, a fall, a winter, a spring sale on Steam,
Don't they act like it's on sale for 0%?
yeah, they put that shit up and it's like Dark Souls 0% off.
They're like,
Thank
"Hey,
you for
don't
the
forget to buy our game."
information. I appreciate
see,
you informing me that this game is
after-
not for sale.
Like after how much fun I had on Elden Ring, I can
Wait,
go
is it-
hours about
wait,
talking about this game. I enjoyed it so much. I 100%ed it. All that. I want to go and play all the Dark Souls games. I want to play Demon Souls. I have my PlayStation set. I got fucking Bloodborne on there. I'm ready to play it.
Can we
Have you
actually
So-
talk about how COD does the same thing and does not discount
they
their
just-
games?
They just resell the same game. It's
Well, no,
crazy.
it doesn't show up. It doesn't, like, they don't have it just sitting there with the list of games that are on sale. Dark Souls specifically, it gets shit on for being put in the list of sales with 0% off.
Chat, don't worry. I've been trying to get JoJo to play It Takes Two. You know how hard it is to get this guy to play games with me?
You know what's funny? It's literally free if you own the game too. Like he
I
doesn't have
know.
to spend
He
any
has-
money.
he has-
Jojo, why are
he
you
has
playing
the
this game?
What game?
Why
It's
don't-
a good game.
It Takes Two. Remember when me and you were gonna play It Takes Two?
Okay, no,
Because
this
FaZe
is
bought
even
it for
worse.
you, and
This
then
is
we
even
never
worse,
did it.
Juju. FaZe, one of our
Uh-oh.
loyal viewers, bought it for me to play with Gavin. But then some stuff happened around the time when he bought it,
Okay.
and Gavin wasn't up for the gaming, so
My
we
dog
were
died.
gonna so his dog died. He was
I was trying to
pretty-
figure out what you were trying to say.
Oh.
he
Yeah, my
was
dog
pretty
died, and then I
distraught.
broke up with a toxic ex. So it was a fun little.
So he wasn't
little time.
in the mood for
I was JoJo.
gaming.
I wanted to play it with you. I asked to play it with you. And you're like, oh yeah,
I
we'll do it
have
this
it-
week.
I have
And you
it
know what?
installed.
We never. I've uninstalled it because I don't have space. Let me know like at least 2 days in advance so that I can reinstall it.
All right,
and then we play.
we can definitely make time for that. I'm not
This
sure
week.
what my week I'm not sure what my week is.
I've
like
got-
this week, but
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
See, so I walked into a bar. No, it's not set up for a joke, but I walked
I'm
up into a
being
tech
told to
store.
install it now, so I'm doing it now.
I mean, yeah, go for it. I walked into a tech store, and that I used to work at like back when right when I graduated high school, and they're like, "Hey, please work here." So
It's Steve.
I might get a
Work for us,
management
Steve.
position there, so it might affect my schedule quite a bit. But we'll see. I'd like to play it.
Well, you'll
'Cause
have money
I feel like
finally.
it'll be goofy, but it's also like I hear it's like it's about like two parents who are divorcing or some shit.
Oh yeah,
Stop!
yeah.
Stop spoiling the lore, Jojo.
Stop
We have to
spoiling
play.
it for yourself.
Come
How dare
on, Jojo.
Well, I mean,
My
it's
favorite
a
part
Only
is the talking
cute
book.
game.
no,
The
the
book
only
is the
thing
best
I've seen, the only thing I've seen of it is you murder a goddamn elephant, like
Don't worry
brutally
about it.
murder an elephant.
Don't worry about that elephant. It's not
Look,
real.
You're too important about stuff that doesn't matter. Okay. We just gotta play the game and enjoy it.
Yeah, elephants die. Not top of the list.
It's
Playing
not like
the
we're
game,
poaching
Listen.
them.
Listen, Thomas Edison did it with electricity, so
So why can't you do it?
exactly.
Oh wait, here's another thing. So I got VR now, thanks
Yo.
to
Ooh.
brought to you by Becky.
Yo, Jojo, you want to play VR chat sometime?
Yeah, I'd be down. But yeah, so Becky got new VR, which by the way fried her computer. Um,
Fun times.
yeah, she had like a 400-watt power supply while having a freaking 1070 in VR.
Oh, I love that for her.
Yeah,
I love
so
that for her.
she fried her freaking motherboard and all that jazz. Um, oh, the USB hub, same difference, same difference.
But wait, there's more.
She let me. We hung out in person the other day, and then she gave me her old VR to borrow, and it took me forever. It was a bitch and a half. It took like 4 hours of running around grabbing. I had to go to that one tech store, and then I had to go to Walmart, and they didn't have what I needed, so I had to go to Best Buy, and oh my life, it was a mess. So, I have VR now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream it. Could if I wanted, if y'all wanted, but
No balls.
Definitely do it.
I
Definitely do it.
I 100%. I'm saying right now, I'm not making any VR videos ever. I might make
What?
jokes in videos that involve VR, like cutaway gags and stuff like that. But I will not be making VR videos. I don't like VR
I
videos.
think I would be better with VR because I think my physical comedy is a lot better than my.
I see
joke
VR is like
comedy.
hit or miss for me. I have a lot of social problems, or like first getting to know people. I can be a bit shy unless they meet my level of crazy
Yeah,
slash
unless they're
stupidity,
racist.
aka Juju.
Whoa.
Dude, Juju fit in just like she was one of us, so it was relatively
did?
easy to talk to her.
Yo,
Yes.
let's go.
Uh,
I'm actually just one of your other friends, just reskinned. Don't worry about it.
yo, dude, that's like Fortnite lore. No,
Oh my god.
Yo, Zach, is that you?
but but yeah, like
Maybe. Don't worry.
art
About
is horrifying for me because unless I'm playing with Becky or someone I know, I genuinely cannot hop in there because I'm so scared to talk to people.
it. Like, people are scary though. Like, have you ever seen a person? This is why I don't go outside. Like, the pandemic, people were like, "Ah, it's terrible." No, it was wonderful. What are you talking about?
That
I
was
had to go outside
paradise
for
for me.
2 years.
24/7 Modern Warfare 2019 Search and Destroy, best time of my life.
Literally. I never left the house. I think I went like months, literal months. I was a basement dweller, living
Then
my
again-
best life
Wait,
Then
when was
again,
this?
this was me transcending
during the
into, like,
pandemic.
this was me going from sophomore year into junior year, so I didn't even have a job at the time. So I felt even better about life because I didn't even have to leave for that.
Nah, dude. So freaking pandemic was the most I ever got out because I had just gotten. So I was working in a warehouse, and I like a month or so into the pandemic starting, I got fired for I hurt myself, and I was a
Aw.
temp worker, so they could just say, well, can't use you anymore. But I still had a house payment, so I had to go afford that rent by door dashing. I just immediately just picked up door dashing, and That was pretty fun. I drove around with $2 gallon gas cost.
Dude,
It was fantastic.
Oh, those were the days.
I miss the gas prices,
We
man.
have been tracking it ever
dude,
since
gas, of course,
January
skyrocket.
21st.
Gas, of course, starts skyrocketing right when I
Where
get
did
my
it go?
fucking license.
It went up like 104% or something. I don't remember.
Right,
It is
dude.
well above that here now from
Now?
January 21st of 2021.
How
It's
much
fair, it
is
has gone
how
up
much?
It was
even more.
215 the day we clocked it, and it is now where I live. It is now at a soft 490, which is down
You're
from 510.
Oh, that's so
fucking
nice
lucky.
though.
It is
Mine's
down.
mine was 5:30 last time I went to go fill
Yeah,
mine.
so I live in
Nine?
the great state
5.
of
Oh,
Utah.
5.
No, I
Utah
live
is
in
pretty.
Indiana, so I highly doubt it'll even reach fucking
Mine's at
7.
612.
Damn.
Jesus.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
so
I
that's
think
it depends on like the density of your population.
Gavin
where
got
you
the
live as
license.
well.
I've had a license since fucking junior year.
But
the thing
freaking
with my
gas.
family right now for gas is like down here I think it's like 560 for a gallon. Something
Oh
like
shit,
that. It's
Phase! I thought we talked
Okay.
about. I thought you knew.
it's like mid $5. And we have this car. It's a Nissan Kicks. We got it beginning of last year because my sister was getting her license soon, and she was like, "Damn, I don't want to drive the minivan or the conversion van or Dad's Rav4." And so we got her a new car. It's mine and her car now, but it costs like $30 to fill that thing up, and it goes for 300 miles on that.
What do you guys call it, junior and senior? Because we're like that demo. Suck it up. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're not going to call it a year 3 and 4.
Yeah,
What,
no,
you
suck my dick. Why
You
would
think we
call it
have
that?
a simple terminology here? We're big brain Americans, okay?
So what is it again? It's freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
Excited to be a sophomore. That's gonna be
you know
weird.
how like have you
And you
ever
know
had a
what?
Brit
I only
tell
shut
you?
up for. I only had to show up for half my senior year, and I graduated. So
So true,
Really?
actually.
That's nice.
I got to graduate early. I'm fucking dumb as hell, but I'm pretty sure they were wanting me out, and I wanted out. So they're like, "Look, you got enough
Was it
credits."
like
to just leave."
October
I'm
that
like,
you
"See ya."
graduated?
No, December.
I made a grave mistake. I definitely could have graduated early with if I hadn't gone. So like the moment I found Summer in high school, it was all over. Um,
That's why he didn't graduate early, nerd.
Yeah,
That's
His grades
basically,
plummeted.
it's why I tried college because I was like, let me go to the same college she is.
See,
Yeah, that was a mistake.
JoJo, you know what's funny? You stayed in school for your for your relationship. I fucking I graduated as soon as I could to fucking leave my relationship.
I
That's
barely
pretty goofy.
graduated high school, funny enough. I failed 2 classes right like the last semester.
Was
Oh,
that
no,
was
the
that like
first-
senioritis or are you like stupid?
No, I'm not stupid,
Yes.
that's for sure. It was definitely senioritis. I was dumb at school.
That's
I
the
was like,
only reason I didn't senioritis into failure was Summer. Summer was forcing me to do stuff.
Gavin can only pull crazy, dude. I don't know.
Well, hey,
I have a problem.
Gavin, if it makes you feel any better, I can only pull men.
if it makes you feel any better, I can pull both. Wait, sorry, never mind. That's
Fucking
gonna be-
lucky, man.
Yeah, I don't think that would.
JoJo for the longest time.
Yeah, I don't think that would make him feel better, especially since
No, it
he's
doesn't.
been
See,
I'm
trying to
just-
get me for a while now.
a relationship isn't like fucking. I don't need one. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Emotional support is something that I really.
Man is not good alone. Man
Oh,
need partner.
Can I actually tell you guys something that happened recently?
Go for it.
Is it another ex-girlfriend turning into a dude?
No. It does have to do with my ex. All right, we are back on speaking terms, and
I don't
Oh,
think I'd
God.
want to be
We are
on
good
speaking
friends
terms.
now,
I don't think I'd
and
want to
it's-
be there.
Is this the most recent one or the one?
the most recent one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Juju, you're not up on the lore.
Not
but
the one that
basically-
turned into a man.
I'm not
it's fine.
what?
You're not up on the cue to quit lore, but basically, like,
Yeah, give me an update.
Isn't it like two of your girlfriends are now dudes or some shit?
Poggers.
One of them, and then the other one turned a gay man straight.
Ooh.
Yeah, that takes some skill.
So
Yeah,
he's bi.
No, he's straight now.
You know what's
He's not gay
funny?
anymore. It was a phase mom.
two of my exes turned gay after I dated them. So I'm just saying,
Wow,
like,
that's rough.
I
dude.
feel
That
it.
is real
I
rough.
think I can safely say all of my most recent exes are bi.
Okay, let's
So-
just say right now, this
Boom.
is one of JoJo's. I was asking Juju off stream about controversial views. One of my most,
yeah.
it's not even controversial, but one of the strongest beliefs I hold: sexuality is made up, dude. That shit is literally made up. Okay?
Canceled. Horiot is on your ass right now. Sorry.
All right, let's not mention them.
Habit.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're
It's
gonna
fine.
get your.
goodness.
They're gonna
Tell
clap
Juju
your
about
cheeks
that
one day with a lawsuit, and you're gonna not
Yeah,
know what to
no,
do.
they're
with.
not gonna make it past like another year.
Lawsuit my ass. What the fuck are they gonna do?
They'll
You blew up our
draft up a
Minecraft
little
server. Here's a
contract
cease
thing.
and desist.
Okay, let's
Not the Minecraft.
let's not. Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
give
tell
it a
Juju.
real
We gotta tell.
Minecraft server.
We gotta tell Juju
My
about that. later.
God, this is
I'm
hilarious.
so
I
in the
love.
dark.
I
Yeah.
miss those times. That like
Speaking of which, Juju. So even
I
though it's
don't.
only
Yeah.
been a day since you've only known about like solid half of us, since JoJo's really been JoJo and Becky were the only ones you knew. How are you? How's the group for? How do you feel with the group so far?
Waffle's
I
not
mean,
part of the group. I would like to know.
no, Waffle can rot in hell.
you know what's
Leave him out.
funny? Waffle's not even like the worst person I've ever met. Like, so, like, don't worry about it.
Tis his eye.
Waffle's a waffle.
No, the worst person I've
It's
ever
a
met was
waffle.
my
Waffle's
first
a
ex.
blue waffle. My man's can literally suck
Yeah.
dick. Like, I honestly, I can't deal with
Gross.
how much of an asshole he is to new people, to everyone.
Oh,
He's
no.
called Waffle for a reason. It's because he's a massive waffler.
Does he do the waffle stump in the shower? That's the biggest question, man. But anyways, back to your question. I feel very comfortable. I mean, I don't usually talk very much around new people, which is kind of surprising. Okay, I either nervous talk to a point where I dig myself into a hole that I can't get out of and then have to block them and pretend I never talked to them, or just like I never say anything until like 3 or 4 days of like being around them. And it's usually just like it's one of those two things, and as you can tell, that's not the best, but definitely for you guys, I was pretty comfortable right off the bat.
I feel like it was easier since you knew JoJo as well.
Didn't
Yeah,
no,
I
not
did
not
know
not
him a
even.
little- not like a lot. We talked a little bit in like chat, but like
Yeah,
that's like it.
we hadn't even ever been in like a call together before.
Yeah,
No,
he was keeping me a
Faze,
secret.
you already have enough women. You go away.
You can never have enough women.
No,
First off,
literally,
God.
second,
Have you-
I look at my Twitter, and it's just tons of like thirst traps that FaZe follows, and I'm just like,
yeah,
please,
FaZe
I'm
has
under.
enough women.
He has a
Dude.
problem, is what he has.
TikTok has so many thirst traps, and I just never knew
I am
until
not
I went on
complaining.
TikTok. Like there's
I'm
so
complaining.
many.
At all.
I'm a
There's
minor.
so many, and I
Dude.
almost fell into one, and I was like, "Ah, you almost got me, not quite."
What bothers me the most is like you can there's like stuff that barely hits the like TOS or like doesn't even hit it at all, and then you have fucking breastfeeding.
Yeah, no, dude, I've seen bare ass titty on
Full
TikTok,
titty.
and they ban me left and right. Ban my videos left and right. They still
Remember
haven't.
the-
I said
remember the war zone.
I said the R word in a video. And that is on YouTube. The full video.
What word?
And
What's the R word?
Well, I can't say it on Twitch because they
Ridiculous.
could get mad at me.
Seriously?
No.
Which
Red
is
light.
Yeah, no. So I'm. It's one of those words that's not explicitly not allowed, but it is in the. It's in the
like
list
how
of,
I can't talk about my favorite kind of snacks on
It's
stream.
like how you can't put the word race and then also the other word that is the word war next to each other, or they will ban you. Cough, cough.
Oh.
That happened to Q once.
Yeah,
They
suspended
do.
me.
They do ban those accounts though. It's just it takes longer because they get money off of those accounts, but they do end up banning them. They just allow them to.
That's not even the case, Juju. See that'd be a good conspiracy theory, right? That would be okay.
No, I
Well,
mean I've
they're
seen
keeping the
some.
accounts to make the money, right? That's not how it works though. They don't make money off of accounts. That's why they don't pay people based on ads. They have a creator fund to pay them with. But you don't get like the ads on YouTube is per video. So, if your video is monetized, someone clicks on it, they'll see an ad and the revenue is split. On TikTok, they can't do that because they can't just put an ad in front of every video. So it's in your feed, every couple videos you'll get an ad. So they're not even directly making profit off of
But they can
the
make
bad
money.
content.
They can make money directly off the video if they promote the video. Did they promote the video?
No,
Like
the
promote the
videos
video
aren't
as an ad?
promoted. They wouldn't even pass promotion too, though, because promoting as an ad has even stricter requirements than just posting on TikTok. So
But if
TikTok,
they're allowing it,
you can't have cuss words, right, on TikTok. You can't have cuss words in a promoted video. So they couldn't.
I mean, that's not true because I've promoted a lot of videos and they've gone through and they've had lots of cuss words in them.
Are you sure they're just allowing?
Yes. No, that's what I'm saying though. Like they probably don't. Like they probably say, "Oh, we don't allow this," but like people slip through the cracks all the time, and it's because they allow them to. They just want to make money.
I don't know,
That's the thing.
well, that's the thing. That doesn't even make sense because why are they banning me every 2 seconds then when I got shit that just pops off?
Because for some reason they specifically just don't like you, JoJo.
I just remember. I'll never forget.
Dude,
Because
they
you hate
keep
the gays.
You're right. It's
video,
because you
though.
got titties, Juju. That's why.
It's
you
not,
realize.
but that's the thing though. You can't see my titties in the video. Like you can kind of see my face, but for most of them, like you can't really see anything at all of like my face or anything.
Okay, but one of the worst examples is that I made a dollar store mouse review, which is a pretty poppin' video on my YouTube. I put a clip on TikTok that got 60K in 1 hour. I was like, this is it. This is the moment, right? And it was bringing over a lot of viewers over to the YouTube too. So the conversion rate was really good. It was like somewhere around 12% of the views was headed over. And then they banned the video for bullying and harassment. I literally there was no one made fun of in the clip. I was explaining who Booga was, who the guy whose brand the mouse is, and that was it. And they took it down for bullying.
So that's like a thing though too. Like I don't know exactly for your video, but if like people just like even if it's like one person who like reports it, you can get your videos banned so easily on TikTok. You know, Jojo, you should just make your TikTok into a thirst trap. Those never get taken down.
I mean,
yeah, because nobody's complaining.
I mean, it's actually some sound logic. Like it's honestly, it makes sense, but because that's the thing. If you're making an edgy joke, if their algorithm is more towards flags, so if someone flags a video, they're more likely to get taken down than like say YouTube. Then that would make sense why my shit would get banned because I make some edgy jokes. I made fun of dream stands in the video where I said the R word. And that's probably why it got taken down. But they haven't They haven't even finished reviewing it. It's been over a month, and it's still in the appeals. They haven't denied the appeal like they usually do.
I hate moderation. Continue. Sorry.
That's all good. But mine's stupid anyways. But mine's off topic. And this is for you, Juju. So I don't know how much Marvel you watch, but I had a question for JoJo that he put on his TikTok.
I watch a lot.
Who would win comic book wise, Green Goblin or Captain America?
Green Goblin.
I want to say Green Goblin just because Green Goblin.
These guys are smart, JoJo.
I'm so fucking biased because Captain America was my favorite when I was a kid, but it's probably Green Goblin.
JoJo put a fair argument because I brought up.
No, it wasn't even a fair argument. It was like a rebuttal.
Shut up. I brought up a part in the movie, or like the movies, where it was so Captain America was struggling to hold the helicopter to the helipad.
Oh no! You know why that was? Do you know why that was?
Because it was a real stunt, and then
it was an accidental.
And then Green Goblin was holding wasn't he holding like 2 carts or whatever, a cable car full of like bicycle cable, and then like a woman in the other.
Yeah.
Strength alone, yeah.
But here's the problem. He was like, "Oh, well, Captain America looked like he was struggling during that." And I was like, "That's because Chris Evans or whatever his name is was struggling because they accidentally messed up the stunt, and he actually pulled a muscle doing that."
But I want to say Green Goblin for the simple fact his Goblin serum doesn't have basically some of the venom from that Spider-Man has, or how he got his powers. It's mutated basically, so he's got fucking powers with basically on. He goes toe to toe with Spider-Man, fucking throws him through buildings, which is the best things I've ever seen in fucking movies.
Willem Dafoe, goddamn.
Wasn't the Green Goblin initially supposed to be like a Halloween themed supervillain, and then he kind of blew up a little bit?
I have no idea.
Because like his weapons resembled like he rides around on like bombs, a bat thing. He has like pumpkins that he throws.
Pumpkin bombs.
Pumpkin bombs, yeah. And like I'm pretty sure he was when he was introduced, he was supposed to be literally just a Halloween edition, but then
like a one-off type thing,
yeah, I'm
then
pretty
they
like
sure.
a
Why
big
would you
wheel.
make him Norman Osborn then?
like Big Wheel.
But-
You don't
but
know
then
the Spider-Man's arch nemesis, Big Wheel?
I don't
No.
know, dude.
I have
Fucking
seen
after
that,
seeing
that's
Green
hilarious.
Goblin fucking
Here's-
throw him around like a rag doll for an hour, I think it's fair to say fucking Goblin is.
Dude, like if you guys were a superhero, what would be your kryptonite essentially? I feel like
Females.
Goth girls.
females. Oh no.
Wow.
Trying to
just
understand
saying.
Women who
signals.
can play more than 2 instruments.
Oh,
Oh my
well,
God.
hello. I am a woman who can play more than
See,
2 instruments.
How
I
do you
say
do
women
there?
for the simple fact I don't know how to. I feel like there's times I don't know how to properly talk to women, and I get so fucking awkward. It's like they're like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "You too."
Honestly, I do the
Oh,
same
'cause me.
thing. I do the same thing though. That's the best part about it. Like I grew up with male friends. I never really had any female friends, and then females started talking to me, and I was like, "Halo." They're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Do you play Halo by chance? My favorite character is
Dude,
Master Chief.
Do you know how fucking
My
hard it
favorite
is?
character is George.
Do you know how fucking hard
That-
it is to make female friends when you're a female and the only thing you can talk about is video games? Like for guys, like women expect like, "Oh yeah, I'm not interested in it," but you're a guy and like I understand that that's going to be something that you're interested in.
Literally,
When it's
the-
a woman, they don't expect you to be playing fucking like fucking Halo and like fucking Call of Duty. They don't expect
Well,
it.
then
So
they
when you
should
come
grow
out
up.
here like, "Here's my waifu," they're gonna be like, "Who's this lady?" And
Who's this 02 you speak of?
but like mine was like
"Who's my
so-
waifu?"
like I would like if I were ever in a conversation with a woman, you know, and they would bring up anything about gaming, my my mind,
His
I
neurons
just
would fire.
instantly I'm
up.
like, fucking games. What games do you play? Like I'm like, if anybody says they play games, I'm instantly fucking curious. Like I am now.
He starts like
Curious.
profiling him like some CSI shit.
I'm curious
I don't-
what you play and what you're into. Like, do you like horror, action? Do you,
I don't
Among
trust-
Us.
I just profile them by who their main is in Smash.
I
Shut
don't
up.
trust people who say that they play games when I meet them in public because I'm like, "What are you doing in public?"
Yeah, the real
I guess
gamers
the same
stay in
could be
the
said
public.
for me,
Dude,
but exactly that's why all my friends are online.
that is sussy, man. Who's this quote unquote gamer? Okay.
Look, man, I just had to go to the fucking store one day.
No, you
That's
lose
a
your
lie.
gamer
You-
My
card. Your
father
gamer
went to
card.
the
Lie.
store.
You would have your parents do that for you.
You don't leave the basement.
See, me being a weeb
Oh,
and a gamer, I'm an ultra
It
degenerate.
stacks.
It
Literally-
does stack.
The only time I leave my house is to go to work to play with dogs, and then I come home. I don't talk to people. I
That
play
sounds
with dogs.
amazing.
It is amazing.
I would trade that any day. I have to go to work and talk to people. I mean, people are fine, but when an old lady comes up to you and
Starts
yells at
complaining.
you,
Yep.
literally yells at you because you don't have prune juice in a can, and then you direct her to prune juice in a jar, and she's like, "It's not the same." And you just sit there and you're just like, "Why am I here? Why
just-
am I here just to suffer?"
The first thing that came to mind is the Squidward clip. Was they have it canned bread?
That's
I
the
don't know
dumbest
what-
shit ever.
Have you ever just like wanted to smack down a customer? I'm just like over here, like, "If you talk to me like that one more time, I'm gonna give you the big
So,
whack down."
That,
Like,
that's the
I-
thing,
absolutely.
though.
I
No,
used to
because I
Oh, I wanna
honestly,
smack
I just
people
put it
all
in.
the time.
I always,
I-
I'm pretty content in life, and I just remember that this person, you know what, they might be a dick. However,
You're so angry.
they're not. They're probably not Hitler, so I shouldn't be too mad at
It's
them.
like
But what if they are?
I used
Think about it. What if it's
See,
baby Hitler?
the one time that
Think
pissed
about
me
it.
off is I
Would you
worked
kill baby Hitler?
Buddhism.
I worked in a restaurant at one point, and I transitioned from being dishwasher because I fucking hated it to being like sushi help or whatever. It was like a Japanese steakhouse, which is where I picked up my really anime addiction, which sucks, but I love it. So one day, this one customer, I don't know who it was because I never had to go face to face with them. Luckily, I would have had some choice words.
Uh-oh.
They sent back a plate I want you to guess how many times you think they sent it back.
4.
8.
What?
Yeah.
That's double.
8
Oh.
times. We remade their food 3 times, and they're like, she's saying it's not good enough. How is it not good enough? It is how we cook it. She's like,
Tell her
well,
she's not good enough for her family.
It's like she's like, well, she wants it burnt. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we burn it. She goes, and then it gets sent back. She goes, well, that was too burnt. I go, what? I'm trying. So I was trying my best not to lose my shit, and I think the waiter could tell because I was like, I clenched my fist. I'm like, what? And he's like, look, just put it in and get a good crispy golden brown. And then she goes, finally. I said, what?
No, you want to hear this? Listen to this, Gavin. So I worked at Five Guys in high school.
Burgers and fries.
Yeah, and
Oh, I
so
freaking love
Five
Five Guys.
Guys, how can we scam the
So
shit
so
out
if
of
we're
you
if we're
today?
if we're talking like in terms of like good ass food, Five Guys is it's not really fast food, but it's like fast casual. Pretty good, pretty decent food. Pretty pricey, but it's good at least, right? You can watch them cook it. You know, you don't gotta worry about them picking their nose and touching your shit. But I just remember the way you cook the fries was you have you go back there and cut them yourself with this big ass cutter thing. It was like a workout. You drop them in the fryer one time for like 2 minutes, and then you leave them to sit there for another 3 minutes, and then they're ready to like go in the fryer to be cooked for someone's order. And you only cooked them in there for like 3 minutes, and then they turn out the perfect little fry, right? There's this guy he was a regular. He'd come in all the freaking time, and he was convinced he loved burnt fries. He was basically convinced that he wanted his fries in the fryer for 13 minutes, right?
Wrong.
And he kept saying that. And then we were telling him, we can't do that. And he's like, they did it for me last time. So what basically had happened is that we would just consistently lie to him about how long they were down. We'd have them down for like 4 minutes, right? 1 extra minute. And then things would be like black and crispy. They would be like completely burnt to a crisp. And this he's probably still living a lie to this day at that Five Guys that is still open, thinking that they're dropping that shit for 13 minutes when it's actually 4 minutes while we cook the rest of his food.
It's like he tells his family, they're like, that isn't really. He's like, well, I'm a special.
Yeah, but it's like
Lord.
you can only go so far for customers, especially in food service, which I think everyone should be required to work food service at least once in their
yeah.
life. It's very
I regret
important
every
for.
day.
I feel
People
like there
don't
would be
realize
more
it.
nicer people in life if they've all had to go through the kind of shit that food service workers have to go through. Like they'd be more empathetic later in life.
I'm not.
In some ways, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. In
That's
some
okay.
ways, I do agree with you, but in other ways, like I have been like, okay, so I used to have this friend, and I met her when I worked at Chick-fil-A. Yes, I worked at Chick-fil-A, and
Fabulous chicken.
she worked in the front. She worked with all
I
like
love the homophobic chicken. It's delicious.
Oh my God.
Delicious.
as a gay person, I understand. But sorry. So what happened was she would work in the front and she would get all these like angry mean customers all the time because like I don't know, man, Chick-fil-A just kind of brings in some bad people sometimes,
It's it's the Christian vibes.
No, I mean, I think people are just a little bit entitled. I think that's the problem. But she would deal with the most entitled people, and then I hung out with her outside of work like twice, and both times we went and got fast food. And she was so mean to the staff, and I asked her about it afterwards. I was like, "Hey, why are you being such a poopy butt?
Why are you being such an ass dick?
Poopy butt.
Why are you being such a poopy butt?"
My
And
name is Mr. Poopy.
and she was like, "Oh, well, I have to deal with it at work, so I can do it to other people." And it made her more entitled. I'm like, how does it
Oh
happen?
yeah, okay. So I
could
could see
never
that.
imagine that. After working at the Japanese steakhouse, I feel like I need to be so much more nicer. And when I go out to eat with my mom, I like beg her before we get there, please do not be a Karen. Just
Oh, yeah.
ask nicely if they do something wrong, even minor. Just please ask nicely. Hey, this is wrong. Please go
See,
fix it.
I work a fine line when it comes to being polite and also not being walked on, because
Yeah.
I'm a Southern boy by birth.
Yeah.
A gentleman.
I was taught to be polite, treat others like you want to be treated. Um, and I don't want to be treated like shit. So, but it comes to the point where like fast food workers aren't the customer's not always right. That's fake news. But also the fast food workers aren't always right either. Like they get paid like anywhere from $7.25 to $10 an hour to just do the same shit over and over again. They're gonna mess up. And all I can say is like you got to make sure that while you are polite, you don't just like you're not like a pushover and let shit fly that doesn't need to fly.
Also, Becky, my mom isn't a full blown Karen. She's like a 50 fit. It's a 50 fit. It's a dice roll. It's like on a good day, she's not on a. If it's like we go out for someone's birthday or whatever, and they get her order a little wrong, she's like, I don't even give me my food. It's not worth it anymore. It's like, please, why are you making a scene?
Yeah.
Just ask him to remake it. We'll wait.
Yeah,
Just
quietly or like freaking what was it? Pickles or some shit. It was some like small shit, right? They messed up at Five Guys years later when me and someone were
burgers and
just like
fries.
vibing, eating there. They like forgot pickles or some shit, and I it like brought back like PTSD of like
Do we got
freaking
non-flashbacks?
big ass
Food
man's
workers having non-flashbacks.
big ass man's had like
Dude,
a
his
hissy
dude
fit
saw
about no
like a
pickles.
flash of bubble bass from SpongeBob. Said, "Still, wait, exactly
He
what
wasn't-
horseshit.
he wasn't-
No pickles."
He wasn't quite that big, but he was pretty close.
He just
And
lift up his tongue and they're under there. He's hiding them.
no, but my man's was like losing his shit because there's no pickles, which is an easy fix, right? Throw him some goddamn pickles, right? So like they forgot my pickles or some shit like that, and I'm like, hello, you have forgotten my pickles. I do not hate you for this. Just hand me a couple pickles, and I will
do
be
not
on my
hate
merry
you.
way.
I do not dislike you for forgetting my pickles. Just please slide a few my way.
Yeah, just
And
slide him
we can-
over.
We can.
My good sir,
Hey,
please
look,
pop them into my mouth as I chew.
Look, you slide me a few couple. You slide me a few pickles. Ain't nobody got no about this.
Now-
you
now,
ask separate
there's-
days,
sweet,
I want
sweet
to tell you.
pickles from behind the counter.
Now, see, this is
Oh,
when we're just talking
no.
fast food. There's a couple things where you can let this slide. Now, there's other things you can't let shit like that slide. Like my
They give
plasma,
me a wrong order.
like my
Oh.
plasma donation.
What?
When
What?
this guy literally he had the same look on his face as a new fast food employee. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't because he stabbed my arm so many times and ended up. It's called an infiltration. They try to stick the needle into your vein at an angle, but an infiltration
No.
is a fancy term that means that they impaled the vein all the way through and are now pulling blood and pumping blood back in outside of a vein. So this guy is looking around like he needs affirmation from someone and confirmation he's doing shit right. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna hurt me. He did
He's
in
gonna fucking
fact.
kill me.
He did in fact hurt me. That shit was awful. My whole arm
This
was
is
bruised
fine.
after that. Those
Dude,
are
I-
non-slidable.
Needles
Non-slidable.
are my biggest fear in life. I
Same.
hate needles, and just thinking of anything being poked in my arm just makes me want to curl over and die.
I don't know, man. I think I like needles.
Of course you do, you kiki fuck. We all heard the stories.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
one
I
time,
haven't.
one time they stabbed me.
All of us but one have heard the stories.
Just it was like the first time for the plasma donation. They like poked me, and I was just kind of like, huh.
Like,
Just
You're like, I
just-
kind of like that.
just
Huh.
huh.
so what's funny is my dad told me the story was when I got my first shot. You know how babies always scream when they get shots. I find it funny because I wish I could see it for myself. Like I go back and watch it, but he said he could time how long it took me to inhale and prepare for there was a silent scream and then there was the real scream. He said there was at least a minute delay of me just sucking in pure air, and then it just sounded like a fucking siren alarm going off. And just me turning like purple and blue because when I was younger, I would cry to the point where I couldn't breathe and I would just pass out.
That's how you should. Yeah, that's how it should go.
Apparently, I
I wish
scared
I could
me
do that.
I
Problem
scared the
solved
ever
itself.
living shit out of my grandma when she babysat me, apparently, because she would watch me just slowly just pass out from not being able to breathe. And she's like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And they're like, "Just
Oh
let it."
shit! I killed him.
Oh
The
my god.
doctor's like, "It's you. Literally just let it happen. He'll start breathing the second he passes out." And then she's like, Dude, I was going Super Saiyan when I was younger. I just didn't know it. Instead of my hair changing color, it was my skin. And this is to go even further beyond.
Passes out.
Plus.
Literally powering up just to pass out. Lord of
I said,
mercy.
Wake up 5 minutes later, dude. I feel great, guys. How about you?
I feel so much better. I cried. I took a nap. I'm better now.
Guys, what was I even angry about, bro?
What was I crying about? You dropped your toy. Minute goes by, just
Dude,
immediately
kids
resumes.
cry about the weirdest things. I have a niece who's like a year old and she crawls and she wanted to eat the dog food and we wouldn't let her eat the dog food and she would scream at us. We're like, no, you can't eat the dog food, and then we take it from her, and she just sits there. She's like, ah! It's just like,
Dude.
oh my
Wait,
god.
how old was
Uh,
this individual?
it was crawling,
She's crawling. She was 1
dude.
years old.
That reminds me of what. So this, my brother, my oldest brother, he wasn't a child when he did this, but he was about, I think, like 20 or 21. I forget when he was, but it was when we were at our old house. My old dog was still alive, and he had gotten drunk that night, and he was eating something, and our dog went to jump up and eat it, and he
Oh.
accidentally slightly got the tip of my brother's thumb. It didn't do anything other than maybe like leave a little scratch, and my brother just looked at the dog and started crying, and then his girlfriend's like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "The dog's never bit me before." And then he pushed his girlfriend off the bed, picked up our dog, and laid down with him. He's like, "I have to love on him. He doesn't love me anymore."
What the hell? Okay, I
Get out
was
of here, thought. It's
I-
time for me to cuddle the dog.
I looked it up, and apparently dog food, all ingredients in dog food is inherently safe, like technically safe to eat. So
But does it taste fucking
It's,
good?
it's not safe if the child can't chew it.
that is
Goo goo gaga.
true. You gotta make sure they're eating the canned shit, like good stuff.
Shut
You gotta
shut
get
up, Jojo.
you gotta get them. You gotta go to the aisle with the dog food in the refrigerator. There you go.
Yeah, the good stuff. The top
Good
shelf
stuff.
dog food.
Mhm. It's like top shelf vodka, but top shelf puppy chow.
Honestly, vodka low-key mid.
It is. Yeah,
I
don't
don't
really
know
like
if I've
vodka.
had vodka. What drinks have vodka
Tequila.
in it? I've had
Oh,
tequila. Is that vodka? That's not vodka.
That's not vodka. So screwdrivers have vodka. Why is my brain? It's blanking right now. Why is that the only one?
Well, what did you have, Gavin?
I had the only alcohol that I've tried is vanilla vodka, and I've had Bud Light Seltzer's hard cola, which tastes like Coke and
Never-
Fanta.
Never do tequila. If you don't do liquor,
I
don't do tequila.
drank tequila, and that shit slapped.
Oh yeah, it slaps if you like it, but if you don't like it, that thing will ruin your night. All right, I had.
Well, it's a good thing I'll be staying with JoJo.
I did tequila shots with my dad and my grandpa on my 21st birthday. And that shit was fun. But my grandpa and my dad did not have a good time.
Yeah, on my
Why?
21st birthday, I tried the weed instead of alcohol. I waited like a month
Ooh.
to do alcohol, and that shit absolutely killed me. I greened. I was gone. It
BW,
was
What's
answer
the
your question.
problem?
No.
it was really fun to make a video about it though, because I recorded all that shit, and it was goofy.
Well,
But
it's so much easier to have too much weed than too much alcohol because, like, for alcohol, you can, like, kind of be like, oh, I had 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks. For
Well, see-
weed, if you don't know your tolerance level,
I
like,
ate a
you
fourth
can
of a gummy, and it killed
Well,
me.
because your dumbass didn't know how much you should take for your first time. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh, 75
sorry.
is fine.
Sorry. It turns out it's an eighth of a
It's like-
gummy.
But
2.5 is probably a
See,
sweet spot for a lot of people.
also, drinking can be easier because if you're eating while drinking as well, it helps slow down. or like it helps basically how much you can drink because me eating
Oh yeah.
with how much I was drinking that night, it definitely kept me from.
Okay, here's the difference
Really
though from the weed. That shit was like there to stay. The
Do you
alcohol, I drank it around 6:30, and it was out of my system by like 9:30. It was gone. I took a piss and then I felt fine.
you know what's
So
funny?
it was pretty fast.
Weed is legal here, obviously, but one of my
Yo, where you live again? I might have to come visit for scientific
Close,
reasons.
close. She lives
Chicago.
close.
Hey,
The whole city. I live in the
Do you
whole
live
city.
in Chicago?
she is Chicago.
That's such
I
a
am
shit
Chicago.
city.
I actually live outside of Chicago on a
Good.
boat in the middle of the ocean,
Good.
in the middle of the lake, and I have a governmental fence around me. Remember when I said I was like, cut off in a cave
She
by
lives
the
with
government?
Wendigos.
Isn't that a Canadian thing?
That's
They-
a
they-
Wendigos is a Native American thing.
They're a little
Oh,
bit.
it's Native American. That's
They're
what
a
it
little
was.
Wendigos.
Yeah, you goddamn
and
racist.
Skinwalkers.
I don't know my
We'll see.
full self, my folklore.
same thing, really.
Well, see, Skinwalkers are the one that reside in like Canadian forest and the.
Oh, is
cold
that
forest.
the one? Okay,
From what
I
I've
was
seen,
thinking of a
Nah,
skinwalker.
nah.
then, probably.
Skinwalkers is a thing in Utah. It's a big Skinwalker Ranch.
I don't know what I was
believe.
thinking.
Dude,
of,
we should
but-
go visit that. I want to die.
You
I mean, I
can't.
want to go pet one.
You will get
You know what's kinda
shot before you get
interesting?
close.
Let's fucking go.
There's places in Idaho where people do horror films, like filming, and they leave behind whole ass sets, and they're so creepy. There was this one set that this person like came across in a forest where the set was for like a witch, and they made all these twig dolls that hung from like trees and everything, and there was like crosses and other things all around the forest, and they didn't know that they came onto a set from a movie, and they thought that there was a witch there, and like for like probably about like 3 or 4 months the whole internet was buzzing about it. It was really funny.
See, I visited one of my dad's old houses from when he was like a real young lad in
Mhm.
Idaho. Shit looked like a horror movie set. It's pretty. Idaho is is pretty crappy when you get out into the rural area.
Yeah,
Freaking, it looks straight out of like Texas Chainsaw, a smaller version of that house.
I feel like a state that actually looks like it's like an abandoned prison is Ohio, because like when you come
Ohio
from
is coming for you.
yeah,
Start running.
oh no, like when you go in, if you enter the state from Illinois, there's like signs that are like xed out. There's like, it just looks really weird and odd because like there's some signs that have been taken down, and like the directions are kind of wonky, but you stay on the same road, so it's not like you have to leave the road or anything. But if you leave the road, you're kind of fucked because there's just so many signs that have been just taken down and moved and everything, and it's just kind of weird. Yeah, it's creepy.
See,
Oh,
I think most people forget about how much space there is, just space in the middle of the country. There is so much crap that is just left about for like one and done filming stuff. There's entire abandoned towns everywhere. There's just a ton of like old shit all over
We
the
should
place.
go explore some abandoned shit.
A lot
when
of
we visit
them-
JoJo.
ooh. we
That
should
sounds
go.
like a lot of fun, actually.
We should go to
Specifically
like
at
abandoned
night.
hospitals.
You know, there's abandoned sports cars out in the desert in Utah from music videos.
Being in an abandoned hospital would
Easy.
scare the shit out of me, but it
We
would
should
be
do a
so much.
podcast
It would
one.
be so fun for the simple fact I would want to run and hide and try to scare one of you fuckers.
Okay,
Dude,
So
I would do it. I would probably prepare and like have all types of crap to try.
You
and scare
guys would like
with.
keep walking, and I would slowly just slow down a little bit, and then I'll try to find a way to go around to get in front of you guys, and then just fucking pop out of nowhere if I don't die by the time I meet. By the time you get to where I'm hiding.
If I don't get strangled by ghosts, I'm gonna get you guys good.
Wait,
Yeah,
Juju,
if
are you,
the actual
are you one of
horror
those
doesn't get a hold of me.
fuckers? Are you one of
It's
those
like-
fuckers who watch Supernatural and now you're
No.
like, yo, I can. No,
I was
no,
never a fan of
no,
Supernatural.
Juju.
I never like I saw like 1 or 2 episodes, but I've never like seen Supernatural.
Summer was a
based.
simp for one of
Summer?
the people. Yeah,
Oh,
my
Doesn't-
no.
fiance.
No, I know.
Surprise me.
Yeah, I know she's your fiance, but like that's pretty good. I love that.
Read
One
up.
of my
I'm gonna make fun. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Wait,
Carry on.
was it for Jensen Ackles in that show?
I don't know who it was, but I remember she
it's
was
probably
subbing
for
hard for one of
Sam.
them. Sam
Sam has
sounds
some nice
familiar.
hair. Sam has the
sounds
nice
like it's
hair.
probably it. Yeah.
If she likes bad boys, it's probably like Dean. If she likes sweet boys, it's Sam. There's no in between.
I don't know, JoJo. Which are
But
you?
if it's Cass,
She
then
thought I
she's
was a bad boy at
correct.
first because I walked out of class early, and she's like,
Yo,
"Oh my
resume,
gosh,
I have a
I
ray
can't date
gun."
him."
Cass is my type of awkward. Have you ever seen any clips of Cass from Supernatural? He's an absolute awkward boy, and I fucking stand for it.
I try to avoid Supernatural at all costs. That stuff.
I
That's
seen
fair.
like one where they were like sacrificing bitches to the forest.
I tried watching. This is why I never actually got into Supernatural. So like I was raised like Christian, and like anything that resembled like witchcraft or Satan, like my mom like slapped down with the iron fist of God. And so I watched like a few episodes of Supernatural, and she found me watching it, and she's like, "This is that satanic show. You can't watch this." And she watched the whole series. She went later on and watched the whole series behind
What
my
kind of
back.
Christian are we talking?
Well, she's non-denominational, but like she grew up Catholic, and then they changed to Christianity, and now they're non-denominational.
Okay, I got news for you though. Catholic equals Christian. It's like a flavor.
Well,
I know
it's not. It
Catholic
doesn't
equals
equal.
Christian,
I
but
was gonna
Christian does
guess
not
Baptist.
equal
That's
Catholic.
like saying Mormonism equals Christian. They're different.
It
they're
does.
different.
It does.
But they're not though. They're not like the same in the sense of like the values that they actually like,
No,
hold
Christian is an
every single
umbrella
day.
term for all of
Yes,
them.
it's like saying Islam. Only one branch is Islam, even though there's like 5 to 10 main branches.
Well, that's the
But
thing though. Like there's
them
not
believe
really
a lot of similar stuff, just applied differently.
there's not really good like there's not really good naming and subdividing between Christianity and the different like beliefs. Like non-denomination means literally nothing, because they're like the church that I go
That
to,
basically
they're
just means you believe in the Bible and Jesus.
literally. But that's the thing though, like they do have different values from like the church that I follow. They do have different values from like the straight and narrow Christian like like Catholic church and like everything else. But like there's not really a good way to describe like most of them, because like they're their own entity. It's
Well,
weird.
it depends, because like when it comes to Mormons, you know, they have like a very top down system, but
Yeah.
it's more like local crap. Like, you know, you have your local pastor that you all pay for, or whatever the hell. But some of them Christians are really really weird. So the weirdest that I ever heard of like a run in with was Jehovah's Witness. They my grandpa let them come in once when they were knocking, and they're having like fine conversation until the military came up or something, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't believe in the military. We think that people in the military die in combat because of the sin of gay people existing, or some shit like that.
Lord.
And so he's like, well, this has been a great conversation, but now you can respectfully exit my household.
Now you can leave, please. That's so. Have you ever seen anything around like the Jehovah Witness and like how they actually like raise their children? It's insane.
I have
They raise.
not.
Oh, it's interesting. They raise their children from a young age to do like door to door, pretty much salesmen for the religion, and you have to do it. If you're in the religion, they're like, this is the only thing that's important, that you go door to door. Literally nothing else matters. If you don't go door to door, you're not part of our religion. You're not part of the Jehovah Witness anymore. And they actually, what they do is they dress up the kids before they take them out. They rehearse with them like weeks in advance. They rehearse what they're going to say, and then they have the child pretty much say everything, and then the parents just reconfirm, and then like they leave the house and go to the next one.
Well,
And
see,
it's just
that's goofy because I grew up Mormon and we are taught to like learn about other religions.
that's good.
And
That's healthy.
and we didn't learn too much about Jehovah's Witness as a sect, but we did learn that they don't even believe everyone gets into heaven. Like everyone a part of the religion will get into heaven. So Mormons
Yeah.
believe everyone gets into heaven. That no one goes to hell. It's not a thing. But they believe like only like a couple thousand will get in. So like
Yeah. And it's like all
yikers.
the people who go to the doors the most, essentially. Like it's so weird.
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
don't like
interesting.
it. It's very it's
See,
very
kids,
like
if you're enough of an
cultish.
asshole to disturb these people, you'll go to heaven. We're sure of it.
And it's kind of interesting because they actually have kid movies revolving around going door to door. These movies they show these kids from a young age.
So the term you're talking about is called proselyting, and a lot of religions do that.
Oh
But
yeah,
you're
but
saying
like
that they're teaching the
there's
kids.
instructions. There's literally step-by-step instructions. That's the difference though. There's
pretty
literally
goofy.
it's literally step-by-step instructions. They're like, okay, what do you need? You're gonna need your bag. You're gonna need the Holy Bible. You're gonna need these pamphlets. And like it's literally a step-by-step description of like what you need before you leave, what you do when you get to the door, and like how to leave. It's literally step by step. It's insane.
See, and then you have religions like them Jews, they got it all down. They're basically like, we don't care if you're Jewish or not. In fact, I'm pretty sure they discourage converts. And it takes like 3 years to convert. like
Wait, really?
yeah, it's very
Oh
interesting.
wow, I didn't know that.
Also, they
You know
don't
who-
actually believe in like a firm idea of heaven either. So it's very interesting.
You know who tried to fake being converting to Judaism? What's her
Who?
name? Trisha Paytas.
Trisha
Trisha
Paytas?
Paytas?
Yeah, she
Wait.
pretended that she went through the whole like. Cause you're supposed to go through like a bunch of teachings and
Yeah,
stuff.
it takes
You're
like
supposed-
3 years. How? Hold on.
she first off she said that she did it in like a month, and then so she lied, and then on top of the lie of saying that she went through it, she also lied and said that she paid somebody off, which is just doubly horrible because now she's like spreading like double the lies, and it's just like she like, oh man, she's a whole problem and a half.
So yeah, it takes a minimum of a year, because as part of converting, you need to go through all the Jewish holidays, which they have a lot of tons of holidays.
Yeah, it's kind of nice though.
All of them have goofy ass names. So I don't. The only one I remember off the top of my head is Yom Kippur.
It's kind of nice though, because then you get to like you spend a lot of time with your family then, unless you don't like your family.
Well, that's the other thing, is they're not allowed to use cellular devices on the weekend.
Oh hell,
Okay.
nah.
Or like
Okay, never
technology
mind. I
in
no
general.
longer like it.
Dude, what about gaming though? I need to get my games.
I need to play
Yeah, see,
Apex
okay, but
Legends.
here's the thing.
Boys
Here's the
are
thing.
waiting for me. We gotta get these tops.
So you guys are saying, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible," because you're so into your devices, you use them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But everyone
would
knows.
never.
Everyone
I
knows deep
not
down
like
in their heart of hearts. Everyone knows that if you didn't use your cellular device or just like tech in general for a single day of your week, your life would be 100 times better than it is currently.
I mean,
Tech is not healthy.
It is very
Tech-
healthy. I
tech
forget
is-
about everything.
tech
And
is
this is why Hugh leaves for months at a time.
As someone who is on tech 24/7,
Q, this isn't a
I
lie.
know
You
tech
leave
isn't
because you
healthy.
get in a relationship and then you turn someone into a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on you, Chief.
tech if used sparingly is good, but like the way that we use technology, obviously, as you said, is not great and it's not good.
I
And
don't know.
I agree with that. It's
Elden
like, when was the last time you went out and touched grass? Like, I don't know.
I live in a
What did you
desert.
today?
There is no goddamn grass, but I touched dirt the other day.
I touched it yesterday when I went to go to work to play with dogs.
Dude, I
we
never
spent
touch
we
grass.
we left at like 7:30. No, we left at 8. We left a little late. We left at 8 o'clock yesterday. We drove 2 hours, including picking Becky up, and then we stopped at. It's called the Spiral Jetty. Y'all can look it up. It's a it's
Spiral
so,
what?
the Spiral Jetty. in Utah.
That sounds interesting.
Interesting.
Question mark?
Oh, that is
Yeah,
interesting.
so it's basically the Salt Lake is massive, and there's what's called the salt flats, which is literally just a bunch of dried salt that people race cars on and try to break speed records on. And then you have like muddy areas where it's been dried up for years, where people can dig for selenite, which is basically like salts that have formed into rocks over a bajillion years or whatever the hell. And so the spiral jetty was just made by some guy who got bored, like literally some guy got bored in like the 70s or something and was like, I'm gonna build some shit. Robert Smithson is his name. Yeah. So basically he was just like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go dig in the dirt. And so he made the spiral jetty. It looks really cool. It's pretty large. But people go out near it. Most people don't like when you go like around it because they want it to stay nice. But you go out somewhere near it, you walk out into the little dirt, and you just dig a couple inches down, and then there would be these big ass like selenite rocks. And we did that for hours. We didn't get home until like past 4 o'clock. So we probably
That's really
stopped
cool.
digging around 2. Really hot, really dry, really nice though. Really good convos and talking and hanging out. Becky literally died. She ate shit right before we got to the car. She was carrying her bucket of big ass rocks, and she was literally almost to the car. I was sitting there waiting for her because I just carried a big box of them. I was tired, and then she just tripped and just freaking ate it right there. A bunch of rocks. It was
Oh
yeah, it
no.
was pretty bad fall, but she's fine. She's fine.
That's good.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know if
funny,
she's
though.
still in chat, but I'm just exposing her for being bad at walking in a straight line.
Dude, I'm bad at breathing. I choke on my own spit. I choke on water.
Facts.
It's living's hard, dude.
Understandable.
You know how many times I've tried to talk at work and just instantly just like spit or water goes down the wrong pipe and I'm over here choking for the next 5
Yeah, and then
minutes.
people are like, "Are you
Oh, yeah.
okay?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm just a dumbass who doesn't know how to
You know,
breathe."
it sucked when
Literally.
it was during COVID as well. And everybody, if you even coughed once, you're like, "Oh, you got COVID!" And like, you know, you go to the store and then you're choking on your own spit, and you gotta like hold the cough to yourself until you walk out of
Yeah,
the store.
because you don't want to look like you're diseased and be arrested for bioterrorism or some shit.
I mean,
'cause
it's
you had a
even
little
worse.
tickle.
It's even worse when you hold it in because your face gets all red, and then like you look like you're struggling.
You're hard of breathing and everything. They're like, "Are you okay, sir?" Spit went down the wrong
Spit.
throat.
Yo,
And I'm like,
that's
trying to
something we
hold
can
it in."
ask. How Chicago is pretty blue. How bad
Uh.
was the COVID restrictions in Chicago during the first year?
So I mean, for it being a big city, they weren't the worst things. Like, for the most part, like a lot of the restaurants though were closed down, like
Obviously.
completely closed down, obviously. Um People were mandatory to walk around even outside with masks. People pretty much like there was just like no contact. There was long lines into grocery stores to the point where they would literally wrap around the building a few times.
Jeebus
Um,
Christ.
yeah, so it like when it came to like going and getting groceries, like that blew up. Like online delivery blew the heck up. So that was good for certain
DoorDashers
businesses.
like moi.
Yeah, but like it was just really bad for like grocery stores and like yeah, it was Chicago's a cool place, but not during the pandemic. It's just ain't it. But yeah.
I don't know what your definition of cool is, but like when I think cool, I do not think Chicago. Chicago reminds me of like a really cringe song sung in that Victoria show or whatever.
I know
Victorious.
exactly
Oh my
what you're
god,
talking
that
about.
song.
It reminds me of just hearing that
You
song.
mean the show Victorious?
Chicago. Yeah, I just
Lord
hear that
have
song
mercy.
playing in my head while hearing gunshots.
Well,
That's all I could think of when I hear
I
Chicago.
live like relatively close to Chicago, so
there's
Yeah,
there's
Indiana.
the reason why I say Chicago's kind of a cool place is because there's a lot of history there and a lot of really interesting history. Like I went on a crime tour. Dude, that was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I swear, it was so much fun. And they just go around and they just tell you about like all the different like mafia members and all. Like they're like, oh yeah, this is where like this mafia boss got like shot down by the FBI. He was like with 2 women, and like he ran into this alleyway, and now there's like this huge wall that's like dedicated to him. And I was like,
all fun. You guys should have been there. You know,
Yeah.
this is
And then-
goofy.
they literally drove by this McDonald's, and they're like, oh yeah, fun fact about this McDonald's, these freaking idiots decided to sell cocaine out of the drive-thru. Lol.
Oh my gosh. That still happens nowadays. It's the goofy part. You go get yourself
Yeah.
a sundae and some crack. It's pretty common.
Dude, like literally the thing that they the code word that they used in that McDonald's was, oh, I want a Happy Meal but just a toy. And it's so funny, like the way that they got found out was because a police officer took his daughter there and they forgot to give him the toy. So he went back through the drive-thru and asked for it, and he got a fucking just like a pound of cocaine.
He's like, excuse me,
Not like a pound, but like a lot.
Well, see, if
sir,
I was gonna
what the
make,
fuck is this?
yeah, so we don't
What the
condone,
big fuck did you just hand me?
we don't condone illegal activity here on the non-essential podcast. However, in a hypothetical, if I were to have a code word running out of an establishment, a branded
bogus
establishment, it would have to be something completely unrelated to the establishment. So I would like off the dollar menu, give me a burger, give me some fries, a drink. Also, I would like a taco on the side, and then like something that's not on the menu, something that's not
A
there.
side of sugar, please.
Like,
But that's the thing.
yeah,
you
a side
can
of
hear
sugar.
people
See, that makes
ordering in
more
front of
sense.
you.
Side of sugar would work too. It's
Yeah.
even funnier because
Cocaine.
booger sugar is a nickname.
But
for,
like I've had some of the weirdest orders like in a drive, like I've had some of the weirdest orders come through a drive-thru, so it'd be really hard to really try. It would have to be kind of complicated though, because like I've had people ask for just sugar before in a drive-thru. I've literally had people just ask for sugar. Like just literally sugar packets before, and I was like, "What the heck?" I've had people who've come in
That just
and
means
they've
you're not in on the loop of the drug trade. You got to refer to
yeah,
your manager.
Chick-fil-A, the drug trade, like
Yeah,
Christianity
it's a perfect
and
cover.
cocaine.
It's a perfect cover.
Christianity is a gateway drug.
Chick-fil-A. No, it's just so funny. I just love that, like the person who was giving the tour, you could tell he did stand up at night. Like this was his day job. The crime tour was his day job. Comedy was his night job. But like, I would definitely go on that tour again, and only go if it's that one particular guy. But yeah, Chicago's terrible in the sense of like living there. But if you're visiting, Navy Pier, let's go, baby.
Dude,
Lollapalooza, let's go, baby.
I visited 1 year. It was a while ago, and we took. This was when my baby sister, or quote unquote baby sister,
Uh-huh.
was first born, and she had this specific blanket that she liked, and if she didn't have it, she cried.
Oh no.
We lost it trying to find our car because we didn't know where we parked. So we were on the streets out at like 11 trying to find out where we parked. Her without her blanket, fucking screeching like a fucking banshee. And it was a horrible fucking experience. It was it was something.
It would be even worse because, like, with some of the crime in Chicago, it sounds like maybe someone's being like murdered or something, and like just some
Just a cop
child
pulls up,
crying.
excuse me, ma'am, was that you? It's like, yeah. Speaking of which, can you help us find our car?
We just need some help. Our child is very upset, and we need a.
We just want to go.
We didn't kidnap her. We should just say that out front. We didn't kidnap
She
her.
lost her blankie.
She lost her blankie.
And
Oh
we
my
didn't know
goodness.
where we left it, and we don't know where our car is, and we are panicking. Help, please.
Please, we're just parents and we're tired.
Dude, like, I almost would have had to gone back to Chicago because here in about a month I'm visiting Utah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going because where I live, Indiana, we do not have where it would there's no straight flight from Indiana to Utah or Salt Lake City. So
Yeah.
I would have had to get on multiple planes. I'm like, fuck that, I'm not going if that has to happen. So then there were two options. One, we thought we were just gonna have to drive to Chicago, which is like, it's not too bad. Other than the airport there, I know it sucks. So luckily we got a flight from Cincinnati. So,
That's good though. Like what's your guys' worst traveling experience? This is something I always like question because
Any travel in a vehicle,
JoJo doesn't like traveling.
vehicle specifically, I get very, 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 very motion sick.
So like, does it
Oh,
matter
no.
how far it like is like specific travel like
Give
out of
me
town?
a nice thigh to just rest
He's
my
talking about
head
his
upon.
fiance.
Doesn't
But
have to be my fiance's thigh. Okay.
We would have to get you
I got
motion
through-
sickness
I got
pills
through-
and then thighs.
So you have in the Mormon religion, you have young men and young women's separate and then group activities you go on, and any thigh, any female thigh is perfect to get me through long ass car rides. Okay.
But I'd have to say mine
Fair.
was when I first. So last fall, which was not even a year ago,
Mm.
I had my fucking. I'm trying to think of the right word. I rode a plane for the first time.
You flew for the first
I
time. yeah.
flew. Planes always scare the shit out of me for two reasons. One, you're so high up in the air. Two, final destination.
2 because they're scary. 3 because they're scary. 4 because they're you die if you crash.
Why do you keep talking? Okay.
Number
you're
five
Because
is because
I
Amelia
hate
Earhart is a woman and she shouldn't have
planes.
flown.
Don't make
and
me
then she
over.
wouldn't be
I will
dead.
cancel my flight.
Yeah, Amelia Earhart is a terrible, terrible reason to.
If you make me overthink
plane.
too much, I will cancel my flight. So
No, literally.
planes are awesome, dude. Planes are awesome.
So back to what I was saying. I was fucking horrified, dude. I was on the verge of tears. If I'm there, I had so much anxiety. I couldn't eat anything. I fucking couldn't do anything. It scared the absolute piss out of me. It was not fun. Luckily, it was only to
I'm
Florida
with
though,
you,
so it was like
brother.
2 hours.
I am with you. I went to California in March we went to Disneyland Summers.
And also, the flight to Utah is only probably gonna be like 4 or 5 hours. So,
But dude, I literally had a panic attack on my first plane ride. It was awful.
Oh.
speaking of which, you or Summer are gonna have to be up really early in the morning for.
Yeah, I might just take an Addy at like 4 in the morning and then just vibe, like coast through the first day.
Is this healthy?
To
Should
take
I
at 4 in
drive
the
back to
morning?
your house?
Yeah, I'll probably have you drive back.
Oh God, you're gonna have to give Google Maps.
That's a
instructions.
joke. I'll be fine.
I think like one of the worst like trips I've ever taken was like my very first trip I ever took on a plane. And like what happened was first off, I almost missed the plane. Oh wait, no, that was a
That's
different trip.
always fun.
This is a different trip. Okay. No, that was a different trip. Never mind. So the first trip, everything was fine. I got to my gate fine. I had checked my luggage and then I got on the plane and then it was like a 2-plane type of thing, so I had to get on another plane.
You had a transfer flight.
Yeah, I had a transfer flight. And so pretty much what happened was I was going to New York to visit my family and they lost my luggage.
Oh man!
So-
Wait, where did you stop? Where was the stop they lost it?
I think it was I think it was Tennessee. I think
So
I
it was on the connection. It was on the connection.
it was on
that
the
you
it was
lost
on the connection, and the reason why was because our flight was late. Our flight was late, so when we got to Tennessee, I barely made the connection flight. I got on, and they made an announcement. They're like, "Okay, well, anybody who had checked bags, we couldn't get it on the flight before we had to leave, so we're gonna give you this." I think they gave us a ticket or something, and then like we were supposed to it was supposed to be sent there essentially. And so I got to New York. I got to the airport. It was like 10 p.m. when I got there. I didn't leave the airport until like 11:50 something because I was there looking for my luggage for over like for like almost like 2 hours, and I had to like I had to. And it was so late at night that there was barely any staff. There was nobody around so that I could like go to Lost and Found or anything. I couldn't. I had to find someone. I had to search the whole entire airport to find someone so I could put in a complaint about my luggage being lost. And then luckily me and my sister have a very similar size, so I wore her clothes. And then on the way back, I my
lost
flight
that
got
shit again.
no, I never got it. I never got it when that whole week I was there. It never came back. So I never got it when I was there. And then on my way back, my flight got canceled, and I almost had to stay the night in this random state. I almost had to sleep in the airport overnight because my flight got canceled, and I was the very last person on the very last flight to Chicago, and I barely made it on there. And unfortunately, some other people were trying to get onto the flight as well, but I was lucky and I got on. But like it was like the most stressful thing ever, and that was my first time ever flying, and I flew by myself.
Yeah, see, you're the perfect example of why I don't want to have to fly. Flying is unnatural, dude. Humans were not meant to travel at those velocities.
It's true though. So yeah, like I mean like it's good though because like now I know what to do whenever I have flights and everything get canceled. I'm so bad luck. Like something always goes wrong whenever you're traveling with me. It's never travel with me. I'm bad luck.
My biggest fear is just this will be the first time me traveling alone. It's gonna be me going out of state.
Ah.
So
I just scared you. I'm sorry.
No, not that. I'm fucking dude. I'll just call JoJo. He'll come pick me up. It's like, Dad, I need somewhere to stay the night.
I mean, yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm worried about is like, I'll be able to get y'all. That's the thing. You will be arriving here.
I was
Just
say
fine,
not
nice
only
and
that,
safe.
it'll be if you don't answer, I know Becky probably will. So it's. I know I have at least one place where I can be like, look, I don't care if I sleep outside, just please be somewhere near me.
When you actually go, you can judge JoJo's driving. You can see
Ooh.
if he's absolutely awful, because I have a feeling that he's a
With
terrible
how early
driver.
my flight's gonna take
That is
off,
such
I'm
BS.
probably he's a Uber driver. He's a fucking.
I'm sorry that I get the feeling that you're a horrible driver. I
Dude,
just feel like you're an asshole
I
on the
might
road.
fall asleep in the car.
I'm actually the opposite, dude. I am the most passive driver ever. I do not feel urgency. If you there's nowhere you need to be soon enough to need to speed. Like I let bitches in. Like, bro, I'll get there when I get there. You come merge, but
So basically, my thing is,
statement.
if no one else is on the
Hey,
road,
you got in,
I'm
bitches.
going as fast as I fucking want. If other people are on the road, I don't care how slow I'm going.
I get bitch shot for going over the speed limit sometimes. Headed home from Becky's house because them bitches they like to get at like I'm trying to think. It's 70. I was going 80 because this guy was riding my ass, and then he moves in the lane beside me, passes me, flips me off, going like 100 miles. Like Jesus
Yikes.
Christ,
Goes
people are wild.
Go faster, Grandpa! Proceeds to hit someone.
Dude,
That's literally the shit
That's
they're
scary.
pulling.
That's scary, dude. I hate people who like go. That's first off illegal, and they can literally
Highly.
like highly illegal to the point where like you can like be extensively punished by the law, and it's not fun. You know, if you go 15 over, isn't that like technically a felony? What is that?
I don't know, dude. I don't think I'm not really sure if the federal government has any specific laws on
Look, if
speed.
you go too
But I know
fast, they don't like you,
no
but I know
state
everybody
is speeding
speeds.
allowed.
Everybody does it though, even police.
No,
Well,
police
yeah.
can
Police
can
can
go.
kill
Yeah.
people and get away with it. Like
Well, once
police-
you hit, it's like once you hit a certain speed, that's when they're like, okay,
Oh,
maybe
that's
go
what it is.
too fast.
There's this point system. The points assigned to a driver's license for speeding are as follow. So 1 to 10 is 5, 11 to 14 is 15, 15 to 25 is 25. That guy was going 30 miles over. That's 50
Are you sure
points.
this is federal?
No, this is not federal. I looked it up. It's not.
Okay.
That's my bad.
Because I know about the point system. Like if when you have a permit, if you get pulled over twice, that's enough points to lose your ability to ever get a license for like the next
5 years.
and I think it's like 2 or 3 years.
So if you have like, and this is how like kind of some of the points go for like in where I live, like 15 to 44 points is 2 months suspension. And then like that guy who's going 30 over is a minimally 3 month suspension.
See, the most I go over is like 10, maybe 15 if no one is in front of me or behind me.
That's pretty normal though, I feel.
Yeah, I don't speeding. Sometimes I go below the speed limit.
Well, it's like I go, do I
Okay.
really need to get to work this fast? And then I turn on music and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna slow down, bro. I want to listen to some tunes.
Literally though.
I honestly don't understand people's urgency to like get like you're doing something wrong in life if you're like, oh my gosh, I need to like go past 2 cars so I get there literally no faster because we're gonna hit the same stoplights.
So I get there a 0.5 seconds faster. Hit them with that motherfucker. Ka-chow.
I think it's 10 over. That is a big no-no. See, that's the thing though. People a lot of times people think there's like, oh, I can I can go 5 over and that's not illegal. There's like this misconception that in no state is that true that you can go 5 over.
I
Legally.
mean, going anywhere.
People will let it slide sometimes.
A lot of a lot
Most
of
of the
police
time.
Well, it's
departments.
not legal though.
Well, it's not
No, it's
legal.
not.
The only time
But
I've
they'll let
ever
it slide.
It's like saying jaywalking isn't illegal.
The
like-
only time I've ever been pulled over was I told JoJo about this. So I was taking my sister to school one morning. And I forgot right out of my neighborhood is a school zone. I completely forgot this because I was still waking up, and I immediately hit 40 because that's usually the speed limit, and I didn't realize lights were on because, to be honest, I was.
Well, see
tired.
that I honestly that's different though. Like
Immediately,
Summers,
I pass like one of the openings to another part of the neighborhood. I see police lights come on behind me, and instantly I look down and look at the speed dial, and I'm like, "Fuck!"
yeah. So like Summers actually got a speeding ticket for speeding in a school zone once. My fault. I was definitely freaking the only reason she was driving at that time because I was having her pick me up from work. But
I said, "Mom, pick me up."
yeah, because usually she's not down by the school at that time. But freaking the main problem is in Utah. In Texas, it's really locked down in terms of like who you can drive when you first get a license. When you first get a license in Utah, you're not allowed to drive anyone who's not your family.
Isn't it only
Until
like
you're like
Hey,
18.
really?
Yeah, until you're 18. So
That's hilarious.
and then Utah, you can't drive anyone who's not a relative for 6 months.
That's the same here. You have to. It has to be 6 months before you can drive anyone that isn't a blood relative.
That's if you get your license before you're 18.
And I got mine because
I can dig it. I see why that could make sense, But freaking, she wasn't supposed to have me in the car anyways, and she started having like a panic attack because she thought she was gonna get in trouble for that. And yeah, I don't know.
But she got in trouble for something else.
I've never gotten pulled over. I've never gotten in an accident. My car
So
looks
out
like
of
shit. It's got a
my-
bunch of scratches and tears and the bumpers hanging off. All for my sisters who owned the car before me.
Out of my
yeah.
3 times of getting pulled over, I've only gotten 1 ticket.
That's because you're white.
Oh,
Have a good day, officer.
I finally found it. It says that speeding
Uh.
35 miles per hour post the limit is reckless driving, and you can be charged with a Class A misdemeanor. That's what it was.
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
well,
not a felony. It's not
It's
even.
not a
all learned
felony.
something
I
here
was
today.
trying to remember what it was, and I was like, it's not a felony. You're right. That's correct. I couldn't remember what it was.
Wait, Jojo, can we now be classified as a educational program?
No, because we're idiots. We don't know what we're talking about.
No,
Yeah,
we
well, we
can
just
if they
did
start
educating
talking
shit.
about waifu pillows, alright? We'll
So
be...
true.
Oh my God, 0-2 again.
Oh my god.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry I keep reading
Body
this up.
pillow. I need to get the rough towel.
we've been on for about almost 2 hours actually. So
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go
this
for
is
another
quite
2.
quite the fun podcast. Juju, I think we're definitely. Gonna have you
I
on
like this crew. This
a
crew.
lot.
I like keeping you on. You're good.
Oh, I like
Juju's a vibe.
you.
You're a good egg.
You guys are... Oh, you're a good egg. You guys are all good eggs. I had a lot of fun. Thank
I was
you
glad
for
to have you.
inviting me.
All right,
Not only a girl that's good at Apex, but she can also talk. Round of applause.
let's
Yeah,
go.
you see that?
Speaking! Yay! I know English!
So we basically need to like find a balance between talking about shit that some of us don't comment too much on, and like getting the guests to freaking say words. And you did really good at saying words.
Unlike pizza.
I
Unlike
love
pizza.
words.
We found your groove, and you just kept going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waifus.
We just gotta
Excellent. Excellent work.
I feel like
get you comfy and that, and then you just start talking with the combos.
yeah, and like
I hope-
that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I either don't talk at all or I talk too much, and like you just gotta dial me back sometimes when I start talking too much. Just be like, shh, it's okay. Just give me like a head pat or something.
See, but see, a lot of us do that worse though.
Yeah.
So
Me?
it balances out.
Gavin when he was
Fair.
drunk. Oh my god. Yeah.
Dude. So if or if I like, you guys will be talking, I will randomly. Excuse me, and I will randomly just think of a topic. I'm like, I'm gonna lose if I don't say something now. Guys, shut up, my turn. And then I'll just say, something.
You're like
so you don't
climbing
lose the
over
train.
people, elbowing them in the face. I got something to say.
guys, shut up! I need to say something. Have you guys ever heard of Resident Evil?
Oh my god.
Guys.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Silent Hill?
Guys, did you hear that Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake in March 24th of 2023? It's a great date. Mark it on your
Oh,
fucking
Jesus
calendars.
Christ.
All right,
You're a
so
freaking idiot.
before we like officially wrap up, just want to say thanks to Juju for coming on, and that you guys should go follow her on the Twitch. Don't go
Aw,
to
thank
her.
you.
Don't go to her Twitter.
Dude.
She has an OnlyFans link in her Twitch account, so y'all can go click on that.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Um,
All right.
Q, you can lead us out.
Honestly, round of applause for Juju for being such a great appearance. I
thank
couldn't
you.
think of a word, but she
All
Great,
right.
great guest.
Yes.
yeah,
Great
there you
having you.
thank you.
Maybe we'll have you again. All right.
Maybe.
I like keeping you around. I
Well,
want to keep you around. All
We
right.
might have you, we might not. You know, we'll throw the
Maybe
idea
if it fits into our dynamic, you see.
you know, if we feel like we should have you, we'll think about it. Call you maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, my name has been Q to Quit. This has been a Non-Essentials podcast, and until the next time, be safe, be good. Talk to you then.